maybe I was chopping it up too good. I don't know. They just cut me off. I don't know what happened. I had to wait till I got to the stop sign in order to come back.
In a quarter mile, turn left on South Carroll Road.
I guess I was cooking, as they say, man. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking, baby. That's what was happening. I guess that's what it was. I don't know. Shit, it just cut me off. You know? Come on. All right.
Continue on the road for 11 miles.
11 more miles to get to the highway. Yeah, man. So I was asking before we was rudely interrupted if anybody had any questions of what I was trying to get to on what's the idea. Like, I haven't wrote anything down. It's like I've always been studying this stuff for years, so it's like I don't even have to write it down, but I probably need to start writing stuff down and get it out of my head and get it down, some pictures and this and graphs and all this old fancy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do that. I could do that. Probably need to get me a little, virtual, what they call it, virtual assistant. Just write all sketch everything out, and then have it put together in a little perspective, I guess. We'll do a little perspective. Right now I know it's up here, and then I'm going through it as we speak in Ghana. So probably by the end of summer, before the end of summer. Well, I'm probably going to wait until after the rainy season. So once the rainy season's over with, I go ahead and let them pour my foundation. I'm probably going to pick the combination. It's the more expensive one because it's a slab of concrete with the piers, 6 piers coming around in like a rectangle to sit the boxes on those piers. So I want the slab and I want the piers, and depending on how far I can get those piers in the air, you can have a little crawl space underneath. That's where all your plumbing will run to, and all your electrical and all of your mechanicals will run up under there. So it has to be big enough for somebody to get in there to do that stuff. And they might have to use, like, depending on how far we can get them up off the ground, they may have to use one of those mechanic things that, they lay down and just slide up under there so they can do work. So I'll be checking all that out as we go along. What was that? I didn't see. I was watching a video of you with the Bag family this morning. You was? You didn't know I was with them. So you're saying that you didn't know I had did the video with the Bag family about 4 weeks ago. That I was in the Gambia about 4.5 weeks ago. Is that what you're saying, James? Well, if you didn't know that, how did you find me? That would be a good question. How did you find me? You didn't find me through over there. How did you find me? I think I did about maybe 4 videos over at the Bag family. If you're just saying that, then that means you didn't know that me and Rick went to the same school. He said, what? Let me see. Bro, you better stay away from Mr. Rick. I just came across it on YouTube. Okay. Well, what's wrong with Mr. Rick? He a cool cat. We're not doing any business together. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same high school. He went to Austin High. I went to Austin High. His wife Cynthia went to Orr High School with one of our rivals. It was our school we fought against all the time, Orr High School. So we come from the same neighborhood. like you. I don't know if you know that or not. We come from the same neighborhood, the same high school. He was there when I was there. So he cool people, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against him. We come from the same neighborhood, so you know we jam. And he's doing his thing in Gambia. I'm doing my thing in Sierra Leone. So I don't see why you would be wanting me to stay away from him.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I'm not even going to the Gambia. I just was there visiting. Set wrong, right.
Speed
Some of us don't
warning.
set right with him. I could be wrong. Yeah, it could be. So I didn't get that. I was there with him. I didn't get that. So I don't know what you getting. You know, he's a military guy too. So y'all know, y'all military guys, y'all kind of pig-headed, kind of stubborn now. So I don't know. And then y'all don't like each other. So it might be some lingering stuff from the military, because you military guy, he a military guy. And I got like 10 other military guys as friends. And shoot, I have to use kid gloves with them. I have to be mindful of what I say. And if I say it the wrong way, they get all in their fees and they start hyperventilating and talking all loud. Like that's going to make me change what I'm saying. And it's not. Because most of the time, I be right, they be wrong, because they don't like to do that much studying. You know? They like to sit there in front of the ignorant tube and get their information from that, and then try to come to me and try to make a point. I ain't going. I'm not going. I don't watch TV. It's cool. My wife said I'm just like him. Exactly. That's what made me start thinking that when you said I just don't like, hey, rub me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. It is because y'all military men. That's what it is. and I have to use kid gloves with most of my military dudes. So I got to be careful. But they quick to say something to offend me. Quick. But since I know, okay, they really didn't mean that, so I don't take offense. But every military guy that I'm cool with has said something to offend me. And it don't even be, and here's the thing, it don't even be remotely close to being the truth. So they kind of like ad-lib and throw some mixtures, and they twist what I said. This is what they thought I meant. This is what I was implying. This was the subliminal messages. This is what they hit me with. I'm like, no, that is not what I said at all. What are you talking about? I was an officer. Oh, okay, so you was one of the big shots. So that's where they got it from. I'm just messing with you, man. Just messing with you. You know, I love my military dudes. I never served. I wanted to go, but I let my mother talk me out of it, because she's like, you gonna go over there and get killed. So I got all scared. Yeah, maybe you're right. So I went in there and failed the test on purpose. Now I wish I had a wit, because she ain't had no plan for me. You know what I'm saying? I was planning on going to the military, and then she stopped me, got me all scared, talking about, yeah, you gonna get killed over there, and I will miss you. And so I didn't go. Rick was an enlisted man and a sergeant. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know that. I must have missed one of the videos. I just knew he was in the service. But like I was saying, my mother scared me into going, and I think I was 17, so she had to sign, I believe. Don't quote me, y'all, it's been so long ago, but I think she had to sign for me. And let me show y'all what I'm looking at. I'm in snowflake heaven, y'all. Ain't nothing but snowflakes on both sides to be all around me. But anyway, she talked me out of going, and I wish I hadn't listened. You know what I mean? Because she didn't have no alternative for me, right? And then because I stayed in the neighborhood instead of leaving to go to the service at 17, I ended up getting involved with the wrong crew, and we got off into the drug business, street pharmacy. He did. And I wanted to be a street pharmacist, you know what I'm saying? So the police had a different outlook. They wanted me in a cell, so they won out. But it was a good thing overall because it helped me to see the error of my ways, and that I'm the look at this. My man got his little slingshot. Nice. I like those. Yeah, ended up having to go to jail because of it. And like I said, if I had went to the service the same, I went at 17. So when I didn't go at the end of 17, I ended up in jail. Just to show you how it was meant for me to. I guess it was meant for me to go to jail. To be honest with you, because I had a good little 6, 7, 8 month run. And I was doing pretty good. And then people came kicking in the door. Douche! I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? Man, they come through that door, boy. Man, they must have been 1,000 police officers. I never seen so many police. We tried to run, couldn't run. But it helped change me around, so I'm glad that I went. I guess I wouldn't change anything when I look back at it, you know what I mean? But I'd much rather had it went to the military. I retired from the military at 38. Go ahead, James. And retired from engineering teaching at 57. My man, you definitely gonna be on security in the new community. You gonna be on the security committee for sure. Yep. That's German. Y'all see that sign? Yeah, I wonder why that town looked kind of different. That's why it looked different. Must be a German town. Yep. So I guess I wouldn't change anything because it allowed me to be around brothers that was incarcerated. Black Panthers, Black Liberation Front. I was in there with the Moorish Americans. I was in there with the Sunni Muslims. I was in there with the 5%ers. Of course, the Christians, the Hebrews, the Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. When I get back, I'll be going to Bow and all up there. Yep, and then I'll be bringing my son over around April of next year to get his citizenship. A couple of those wine, bro. Maybe 3. Well, hey, James, if you got the money, you got to do your DNA. Or did you do your DNA already? I can't remember. There's been so many people emailing me, so if I forget, forgive me. Don't crucify me. But if you did your DNA already and you came back as one of the tribes, you can take you over to get your citizenship. Depending on which tribe you are, you're gonna get a chief and a paramount. You're gonna get a paramount chief, and then you're gonna get a tribe chief, and then they're gonna be able to give you their last name, so basically the surname, and they'll be able to name you. Nice one, bro. Keep good work. Not a problem. Thank you. It'd be nice if we get some more Patreons, guys. I still got 5. So it'd be nice, or we could get some cash apps jumping off. You know what I mean? Oh, you did it? So what was your tribe? Guess it's time to plug. Y'all go to the cash app. I know y'all been getting some good information from your brother. You can't say I ain't been doing my homework. It's RAKINKHALIQ. So it's $RAKINKHALIQ. I prefer the cash app because I can hurry up and translate, convert that into Bitcoin. So Or you can go to the Patreon if you so choose. It's Patreon. It's patreon.com/gohamlifestyle. Patreon.com/gohamlifestyle. Either way, but I prefer the cash out. That way I can quickly convert that into Bitcoin. But yeah, Dre, he said 3 or 4. Hey, no problem. What tribe was it, James? No problem. All we got to do is we take you over to get your citizenship. Oh yeah. Oh, you good. Okay. So what we do is when we go over there, when you get at the naming ceremony, you get to meet the chief, right? You just pull the chief to the side and ask him that, let him know that you are an eligible bachelor and you're looking to marry. You got to start with 1, right? Now I don't know, and I need to figure this out. Y'all could probably help me figure this out. Any of the continental brothers and sisters that's here, that you can probably marry sisters. Now, I know in Ghana you can marry sisters.
Turn right on.
That way you can get double bubble. You dig? You can get double bubble. 2 for 1. Right? So if you feel good to the one sister and she has a sister that uncovered, meaning she's not involved with nobody, she's uncovered, you could step to the one sister and say, hey, look, you know, maybe we should talk to your sister about becoming a sister wife. Now, I know you can do it in Ghana, but I don't know about Sierra Leone. But that would probably be a good question to ask. But I would assume you can. I don't know. Jamie, you might be able to marry a couple of sisters. That'll knock 2 of them out. And then maybe if your money looking right, you don't want to get married. I just want a couple of women. Well, let's go. You can do that too, James. You can do that too. You can do that too. There's some sisters over in the society over there that ain't really looking to get married. They're just looking for a sponsor. We're gonna have to sponsor them though. Get their hair done, get their nails done, buy them some outfits. You know what I'm saying? Get them a cell phone, pay the bill. You know, if you don't mind doing that, then there's some sisters over there that would be down for that. You know, for me, you know, I'm looking to get married. I gotta start a legacy, foundation. Yeah, I'm thinking of more than 1, 2, possibly 2, maybe 3. Definitely more than 1. No, who said that? You can't see it, the glare from the phone. Well, yeah, you're right. That's true. But, you know, and I know that if a Caucasian man was fancying one of them women, right, and he had that paper, they throw all that in the trash for somebody with some money. You know that. I've seen it, so I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna stay over here. So they'll marry a white dude. Let's be honest, I've been there and seen it. They hope to do to bring them to the UK, Australia, or Canada, or America. When they come to one of them, the family would give their blessings, and I'm just being real. I don't quite like it, but hey, it's a free world. Do what you do. You'll take good care of them. How much would it cost to sponsor one? I would say you're going to get off cheap, James. You're going to get off cheap. Get off cheap with that. You're looking at about, you probably can get away, you probably can have, you said 3 or 4, so you probably can have 3 of them, and it probably gonna run you about,
0.2 miles, take the entrance to the left on I-75 South US 23
I would say
South.
probably about 200, keep, especially if they fly. If they fly with all the right dimensions, I would say about $300 a month a piece. So about $900 a month, you can have 3 of them. I'm talking about the baddest ones. that 20-something crowd, 21 to 25, them perfect bodies. Probably cost you about 300 a month. And if you start liking them, and because of course they're gonna love you, they're gonna probably need you to put them in an apartment. So then that's when the price will go up. It still won't be too bad. Probably go from 300 a month to about probably 600 or 700 a month a piece. And that way you have 3 places to lay your head. But I'm just saying, there's women out there that will, that will take you up on that offer. So let's just be real, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to be real over here, so there will be women who take you up on that offer. It is what it is, people. Ladies, don't get in your fees because it is women over there that will take James up on that offer in a heartbeat. He's probably gonna have a path. He's probably gonna have a sidewalk with a path that's gonna have a pool go out. Of all the women gonna be coming to his door once they see how good of a sponsor he is. You can wear the concrete out. James, you ain't got to share, Drake. You get you a set up too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that hard, believe me, bro. They're looking for sponsors. You'll be able to get to 20, basically you can get the 18 to 24 crowd. No matter how old you are. They might want you to pay some school fees and, get their braids done. Every now and then they might want some eyelashes, keep their nails done. They're gonna probably need you to, buy them some clothes here and there, some nice gym shoes, whatever, book bag, normal stuff. James, are you kidding me? You're not gonna find no 40-somethings with no kids, sir. See, this is why you need your brother. This is why you need your brother. Let me turn this around. This is why you need me, man, because you ain't finna be finding no 40-somethings with no kids. Are you kidding me? No. And then the 40-somethings, the bill is going, you ain't say that, the 40-somethings, they gonna have kids, and the bill gonna be a lot higher because they've been around the block several times. All right, they done had several sponsors growing up. So when they get you, the price is gonna be a lot higher. They're gonna be asking for like 900 a piece instead of 300. So unless you want to pay 900 a piece, it's up to you. And you're gonna have to deal with kids and stretch marks. No, too young, my oldest daughter. This ain't got nothing to do with your daughter, James. This ain't got nothing to do with your daughter. Don't bring your Western mind into this. They don't believe in age gap relationships in Africa. So don't bring that over there. No. They don't believe in age gap relationships. They look at it totally different. The culture is, the older a man is, the more wise he is, and it makes sense for a younger woman to get with an older guy because he's wise and she can learn something from you. So they have no qualms of you being 60 and her being 20. You'll be beating them off with a stick, especially if you're sponsoring them. Don't bring your daughter and all this into this, man. No, leave that stuff in America. No, don't come over there. Don't go to Africa with that mindset. No, you're gonna mess it up. I'm sure me and you are close to the same age. And all the little girlfriends I done had over there was all in their 20s. They don't have no problem with it. Treat you like a king, like you're supposed to be treated. Well, you're not looking to marry them no way, James. What are you talking about? You said you're looking to sponsor, so you sponsor them. You're not trying to have no kids. See, now you're conflating two different scenarios. See, now I'm willing to have kids, so I want to get married. You said you don't want to get married, so that means if you don't want to be married, you don't want no kids. So yeah, you want these type of ages because they just looking for a sponsor. They're not looking to settle down and get married and have kids. No, they're looking for a sponsor. Get them through college or whatever, pay their fees, get their hair done, get some nails, a toothpaste, toothbrush, and a lunchbox. I get it. I heard you, James, loud and clear. You don't want no kids. I get it. That's why you want to be a sponsor. No problem. You got women over there that will take you up on your offer. I'm telling you. It ain't gonna be a hard sell. You probably think it's gonna be a hard sell. It ain't. It's gonna be more easier than you think. You're gonna be fighting them off with a stick. I'm telling you. You think I'm joking? That's why y'all gotta come to Africa with me, man. That's why y'all gotta come. That's why y'all gotta come with me. I'll get y'all right. You know what I'm saying? We could go the intellectual route, or we could go down in the gutter. It's up to y'all. I could go levels. There's levels to this. There's levels to this, man. I can help you out. You want to get married? I can tell you the route. Okay, we can get some arranged marriages going on. Yes. We go to the Paramount Chiefs. That's the chiefs of the chiefs. And then they'll get us into the local chiefs. And the local chiefs will give us a synopsis of all the eligible women in the community. And they pretty much all looking for husbands, right? Or i.e. sponsors. I'm just keeping it real. I ain't going through all the formalities and all that stuff. It's a little bit more than that, but that's basically to get to the nuts and bolts of it. That's what it is. Now I'm gonna go to the Paramount Chief and then go to my chief that named me, who adopted me, and let them know that I'm looking for a wife, and so then they can go to about maybe 4 or 5 different Mende communities, and then give me a list of all of give me a list of I'll take my print down. Give me a list of all of the eligible women, and then I could go through there and pick which one I want. Yep, pick which one I want. Yep. And I want to get married, and I want to have more kids, and I'm gonna build her a house, her own. And then I'll make sure she on board with the, sister wife, you dig. And then when we decide on the second one,
Continue on this road for 3.6
it might be
miles.
within her family. Who knows? Might be her cousin. Could be her sister. All right. On break. Yep. So it's whatever you want to do. And same thing for the sisters. We can arrange some marriages for the sisters too. So I'm not leaving y'all out. So just know when I'm saying what I'm saying to the fellas, I'm saying it's for you all too. You're gonna have guys over there that don't want to get married. So if you just want your boyfriend and you just want to do the boyfriend thing, we can hook you up with some suitable boyfriends. If you're looking to get married to one of the brothers on the continent, we can do the same thing with the chiefs and get some arranged marriages jumping off. So we can go through the community. You tell us the age range of what age brother you want, right? What kind of skills, what kind of intellectual level, school, and all that. Whether you got a trade or whatever, and then we can see which ones that's in the community, and then we can set up some matchmaking. We do that for the sisters, and we can do it for the brothers. This is what we got to do, people. Now I know they got their own way of doing it there, but we still can come from the diaspora and add our 2 cents, and then kind of merge the two to so we can intertwine ourselves with the culture. But if you don't want to get married, you don't want to have kids, you will have sisters over there that will take you up on that proposal. And for the women, if you don't want to get married and you don't want more kids, but you want a companion, there's guys over there that'll take you up on that offer. Now you probably gonna have to, same way, break them off something, get their hair cut, get their beard lined up, you know what I'm saying? You have to buy them some J's, you know what I'm saying? Buy them a nice watch, get them to smell good. You're gonna have to pay too. So it's up to y'all. You're gonna have to sponsor. If you're looking for a husband, You could do it through osmosis, just walking around and some, they're gonna be trying to holler at you or whatever. You could do it that way, but I think we should do it a little bit more using the old noodle, right? Get the chiefs. The community's already there. There's already eligible people there. They respect the chief and the chiefdoms. They respect that. So then he can let us know who's eligible, right? And then you can go through and like, okay, this sister, she's going to school for architectural drawing. This sister going to school to be a seamstress. This one going to be a cook. This one going to be health services. This one going to school to be a beautician. Then you see the ages. Of course, most of us want to have our own kids, so can't be with kids. We're gonna do it the African way, guys. Yep. I know we got somebody gonna contribute for this knowledge. I know we got somebody that's got a pledge for us. Can't say I ain't giving y'all great information. And I'm willing to take y'all over there and show you. Right? We're gonna go to the clubs, we're going to the nightclubs, right? We're going to where they dancing at. You're gonna see the sisters and brothers, how they get down, right? We're gonna go to the different areas. We're gonna go into the to the mall. We're going to the big market. We're going to the local markets, right? We're going to the beaches, right? Kids scare me. I got to have one that don't have any. Okay, you'll meet plenty. Most of all the girls that I've dated over there, none of them had kids. So it's not like it ain't like America. Having a child out of wedlock is kind of that's shunned. That's still like a taboo thing. It ain't like America. America is like, all right, no kid, you just got a kid, okay, cool. You already know they're gonna have kids, especially past 18, chances are you're gonna have a kid. Over there, it's not like that. Every girl that I dated over there, none of them had kids. And even when you ask them if they have a kid, they look at you like you're crazy. Like, a kid? I'm only 22. Why would I have a kid? That's how they be looking at me, with a frown, like, so why would I have a baby? I'm only 22. And I got to remember, like, okay, damn, I just said something that you would ask a girl in Chicago. Because if you're 22 in Chicago, chances are she got a baby. It ain't like that on the African continent. So don't worry about the kids, Jane. Your mind is running away from you. You ain't gonna have to worry. You're gonna have hordes of women with no kids. But you ain't gonna find no 40-somethings probably with no kids. I can tell you that right now. They don't make it to 40 with no kids. When you see these bodies, they not finna make it to 40 with no. They barely make it to 26 with no kids. Okay, I don't know if it's the foo-foo. I don't know if it's the what's the name of that rice? I keep forgetting the name of this rice. What's the name of the rice, guys? Y'all know. What's the name of the rice? What's the name of the rice with the tomato paste or whatever? Jollof. I don't know if it's the jollof rice. I don't know if it's the foo-foo. I don't know if it's the cassava leaf. I don't know what it is, but man, bless God for whatever it is. And for the sisters that's chiming in, the brothers running around there with 6-packs, abs. I'm afraid to take my shirt off. They gonna put me to shame. They be out there working on the roads, doing roofing and plastering of these places. These brothers be having their shirt off. I'd be like, God dog, this dude got a cut on his cuts. So y'all live for a treat. Hey, you women, y'all live for a treat. If y'all like some hard bodies, you gonna see some hard bodies over there everywhere. All the brothers that work outside, because it's too hot to have on shirts, so they mostly all work outside without their shirts. So y'all go get y'all eye candy. So don't let us discourage y'all and us talking about the women. Y'all go get y'all feel too. You know what I'm saying? You see them brothers with them big backs and ugly guns, cuts everywhere, ripples, freaking. I should even say 6-packs. These dudes got 8-packs, 12-packs. It's like, wow. Maybe I need to get over here and get on the road construction crew so I can lose a few pounds, because I got these same 6 or 7 pounds that just will not leave me alone. As soon as I get rid of them, I look up 2 weeks later, here they come. Man, I thought I got rid of y'all. You know, so maybe I guess once I'm on that boots on the ground every day up under that African sun, I'm gonna melt, these pounds gonna melt away. Because over here eating all this GMO, genetically modified organisms we eating over here, it's hard for us to keep the weight off. And I really be trying. Yep, I got these stubborn 5 or 10 pounds that just won't leave. And I've been trying. And then I'm driving this truck, which makes it even worse. I'm sitting down for so many hours. Yeah, so don't worry about the kids, Jane. Your mind is running away with you, so don't worry about the kids, man. You're gonna be good. Pretty much anybody under 26 is not gonna have a baby. You know, if you want that 40 crowd, then you better get ready to be a stepdad. You better get ready to be a stepdad. Your sponsorship dollar is gonna have to, your tab is gonna go up. It's gonna double or triple, because they're gonna have kids. I'm telling you right now. You ain't gonna find no 40-somethings with no kids. No. With them bodies. But here's the thing though, they be 40-somethings still looking right, because they walk most of the places they go, and they up under that African sun, so that keeps their weight down. At least that's what I'm thinking it is. And they still do a lot of walking, and they walking in the hot sun at the peak of day, so that's keeping that weight down, and their body's still looking great. They have kids, but their body still be slamming. I mean slamming. Oh, it is some nice older ones. I ain't gonna lie, it is. Don't let me fool you. But that 18 to 24 crowd, they killing the game, baby. They murdering the game. Boy, we go to the club. Wait till y'all go to the club with me. Woo-wee. Lord have mercy. And bring you some aspirin, because your head gonna be hurting. They so fine, they gonna make your head hurt. Yep. I love our people, boy. Ain't no people like us, man. It ain't. Ain't no people like us. These other folks, these other nations, they're literally boring. I don't know how. If it wasn't for us in the world, they'd be bored. They'd be dying of boredom. Got some nice trucks on that truck. Car hauler got some nice pickups up there. Well, excuse me, guys. Pardon the body. But yeah, guys, it's not gonna be that hard, guys. If you want to be a sponsor, it's okay. Same thing for you women. If you want to sponsor a guy, you can. If you want to get married, you can. You know what I mean? If you just want a life partner, you probably can convince certain folks of just being a life partner without marriage. So everything's possible, man. You know, everything's possible. You know, I know they got their traditional customs and traditions, but you know, that stuff is malleable based off of who is presenting them with an offer. And so if you go to certain folks and you present them a good offer and nobody else is giving them that type of offer, they'll be willing to consider it. So it's not like it's a big thing. And I know all the ones I've talked to, they pretty much willing to do anything I ask. You know, but of course they was pushing for marriage. And I was like, well, you know, I don't know if you cut out for what I'm trying to get accomplished right now. I need a certain kind of woman, you know. So in my mind, I got what kind of woman I want, and I've been able to see, you know, I've had different girlfriends over there, so I see how the mentality is, what they're thinking. And I know at that age, more likely they're going to be college bound. So I'll definitely have to be able to finish paying for her college and her fees and tuition and all that. And I'll be willing to do that, but then I might have to catch her early enough. I got these little bugs when I open up the window. If I catch her young enough, I could probably get her to pick a subject in school that'll be able to help me in my business. And just arbitrarily taking up some of these things, some of the things they're going to school for, they don't know it yet. They're going to be still part of the working poor. There you go, you scratching and scraping to pay for school, and you finish by the skin of your teeth, and then you come out to the work world in Sierra Leone, and there's going to be no job. They didn't, and here's the thing, they haven't thought that far apart. I mean, that far ahead. Because I was talking to this one chick, and she going to school, and I'm like, how far you got from finishing? And she's like, I got basically 12 months. So I'm like, oh cool, you about to graduate. So I'm like, so have you secured a job yet? And she was like, when that blank look came over her face, she never thought about that. I'm like, so you mean tell me you ain't thought about a job yet? She was like, no, I figured once I get through, I'll just start looking. What? I'm like, so what if you don't find nothing? She's like, well, I just go down to the market and sell some tomatoes or something. In my mind, I said, well, you need to go down to the market and start selling tomatoes right now, because chances are, it ain't gonna be no job waiting for you when you finish school. And then I asked her, okay, cool, let's say hypothetically a job is waiting for you. What does that position pay currently right now in society? In Sierra Leone society, how much does that position pay right now? And she told me she didn't know. And she's a junior in college. But you know, I'm shaking my head like, oh my God, this girl. You don't even know how much position pay when you finish? She was like, no. I'm like, sis, you going about, you need a man. See, that's what it is. You ain't got a man. Yeah, you ain't got a man. That's why you're doing this. Apparently, your people are not educated enough. Hold on, let me get rid of this call, guys. Sorry about that. But I said, it's obvious you don't have a man. And then I think she said her father had transitioned. He's an ancestor now. And I forgot what she said about her mother. I think her mother works at the market or something like that. So she don't make much money. People at the market don't make much. So I'm like, well, how are you paying for school? And she said she's paying for school by working little odds and ends jobs, but she's in the health field, so she's been able to secure little basically part-time positions in NGOs doing contract work. But luckily doing that contract work, they were paying her some really nice money. So she's been able to live off of that money from just one job a year or so ago. Right? I think that she said they paid her like 2 million Leon, so she's just been kind of living off that. She lives with a roommate, and they live with a roommate. You know what I mean? So they splitting the bills, and then they go to the market and cook and stuff. I'm like, well, that's a good little plan, but it would help if you knew how much the money you'd be making. And then I told her, well, see, if you had a husband, and see, if I was your husband, what I told her, I said, hypothetically, if I was your husband, I would let you finish, because I think that is a good profession you in, right? I will let you finish, and then when you get done, by the time you get close to finishing, I would start my own NGO, right? And then have you come in and be the director and run it under health services, because she's in the health field. So you could come in, run my NGO and be the director of it, and we'll help get it started and get it going, and then it'll be your job, because you got the pretty face to go out there and drum up business. And she was like, her eyes got all big. Now all of a sudden she want to get married to me. I'm like, slow. I said hypothetically, lady. I wasn't saying we get married now. Wait a minute, slow down. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. I'm just showing you why you need a husband. You know what I'm saying? It's what your husband will do for you. She want to get married. She ready to bust it wide open right there. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna tell y'all her name. Shout out to her though. You know what I'm saying? God bless her spirit. You know what I'm saying? But she's ready to bust it open right there on the table. Hey, what you? Hey, that sounds pretty good. You want some of this? I'm like, nah, slow down, baby, slow down. I'm just saying hypothetically, if I was, you know, but I'm not making no offers right now. You know, I'm trying to get this business off the ground with this tourism and this community that I want to go. I'm gonna be looking somewhere in the next 24 months, but not right this minute. She want to get she knew I was only gonna be I gotta tell this part. So this just for entertainment purposes, guys. So just bear with me, just for entertainment purposes. So don't get all, you know, cancel culture on me, all right? So she said, after I said that, right, and she saw the wisdom in that, because she see it ain't that much to start an NGO over there, right? So I can start the NGO, right? And since I'm a lightweight celebrity there, okay, that I could probably drum up enough people, right, to donate to it. And then she's graduating with health services, and then she can go out and do certain things. And she was just like, Mike, we could do things with the orphans, we could do things with the handicapped, we could do things with the blind, with the deaf, we could do things with people who are you know, terminal illness, right? There's all kind of things up on the health services, which she was educating me. So I give her credit, because I was like, whoa, I was shocked at what she was telling me. So I'm like, yeah, she actually learning something. So somebody should get behind her and put some money with it, because the stuff she was telling me, she definitely educated me in that little conversation we had. But after I told her what I would do or what I could do, then she was ready to bust it wide open. I was like, slow down now. And then she went from that to, how long you gonna be here? I said, I'm only gonna be here for 7 more days. She was like, well, we could go down to basically, I forgot what she called it, but it's basically the justice of the peace. She said, we could go down to the justice of the peace and get married before you leave. I think I would leave it on Sunday. And she said, we could go down to the justice. I think that was like on a Monday, me and her was talking or something like that. Maybe it might have been the Sunday, and I had a week to go. And she was like, we would go down to the justice of the peace on Saturday before you leave, and I could spend the whole day with you, you know what I'm saying, as your wife, and then we could be, I said, well, that's basically gonna be a long distance relationship, you know. And she was like, well, you coming back, you already started a tour company, so when you come back with the next group, we be together. And then you said you'd be back in April with the next group, right, the 5th homecoming group. Then you could be back, I'll be back with you. And then you said you're gonna be transitioning to come over here when your son come back and help you with the business. That's only a year from now. You're like, I'm only 26. I was like, man, she got it all mapped out. And I was like, no, sis, no. I'm not ready to make that type of commitment after one conversation. Sorry. You know, so no, I'm not willing to make that commitment after one conversation. So I'm just trying to show James how easy it would be, James. Just one conversation, she's ready to just lay on the table, move the food aside. She's ready to lay on the table, move the food aside after I said what I said, and then she wanted to go at the end of the week to the justice of the peace so we could get married. But you know, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? No, sis. Hey, you cool. You cool, and I like your idea, you know, but no, I need a little bit more time to vet you. You got to vet people the correct way. It takes a little bit more time than 2 hours. It takes more than 2 hours to vet you, baby. But shout out to the sister. Y'all mean no harm. She's a beautiful lady. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful spirit. She's a real lovely girl. She's very smart. Man, she's very smart. Very smart. Got a nice figure. She don't have any kids, and she's making her way. You know, so She'll find what she's looking for, because she's gonna be a winner whenever she fall wherever, if she done wherever she falls into somebody's organization, she gonna be an asset. Yeah. But what y'all think about a little story? Hope it ain't offend nobody, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. Okay? That's what happened. It ain't it ain't a mean thing, because people are people. You know what I mean? People are people. And I told her my real age, and she was like, cool, no problem. She said, you want me to call you uncle or daddy? What y'all think I said? Let me ask y'all. There's 18 people in here. What y'all think? She asked me a question. Do I want her to call me uncle or daddy? What y'all think I said? We'll play a little game right here while I got a few more minutes on my time. What y'all think I said? Yeah, I got 7 more minutes on my clock for the break is over with. So what y'all think I said? Put it in the comment section. So I got time to read now. Cousin, it's only 2 choices, man. Come on, friends. Come on, friends. Keep it together, man. It's 2 choices: uncle or daddy, not cousin. It's only 2 choices. Which one of those 2 you think she said? Look at this person here. I was meaning to block you the other day. Am I gonna have to do you to get you today? Because if you come in here with that contrarian stuff, I meant to get you yesterday, but it slipped my mind. But now that you're back, now I'm remembering I meant to block you yesterday. So do I need to block you? Because I'm not finna have that contrarian mindset over here. We need people with like minds so we can make some stuff happen. I don't want people to be automatons, but we do need some like-minded people so we can actually build something. We don't need everybody to be a contrarian, dude. So if you're gonna come over here and continue being a contrarian, let me just get you up out the paint right now. If you're not gonna come over here and add some value, then you need to be out of here. Because we're trying to make something happen. We can't do it if we got 5, 6 people being contrarians and ain't offering nothing, ain't gonna contribute, ain't gonna lift a finger, ain't gonna read no books, ain't gonna bring no value to the group. So we need to, we need to expel you. So if you're gonna be here, you're more than welcome. But we don't need that contrarian mindset. And I know it when I hear it in your questions. So I give you another chance. But if that's what you're gonna be, just go on and, take yourself out the paint right now so I ain't gotta do it. And I still love you. You know what I'm saying? Still love you. We just ain't got time for that right now, man. We're too grown for that. I don't know what your age is, but we too grown for that, man. And we haven't really built nothing. What I'm trying to propose is something we can build. Yeah, we're gonna make you a mod, Dre. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now. Let me see, how the hell do I do it? I forgot how to do it though. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, I hit the wrong button. I'm about building. Well, I can't tell if you're gonna be antagonistic toward the host. It don't seem like you're trying to build. You know what I mean? Then when I asked you to pledge something, you start talking about you broke. But then you got so much to add. So that's all I'm saying. If you don't have much to add and you just want to come over here and soak up some game, that's cool. But don't be antagonistic, man. I'm trying to be cool with folks. Because I ain't really got no problem with trolls. But at some point when I'm talking a serious subject, I'm not playing. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. And if you're gonna ask a question, try to ask an intelligent question. It ain't just necessarily for me, it's for everybody else that's here. Learn some etiquette, man. Some people just, it's a shame that we even have to talk about this, but apparently I got to talk about it. So I give you a chance. But just know I'm looking at you. I ain't got nothing against you, but just be cool. Follow the subject matter. James, Dre, I can't even figure out. I had seen how I was supposed to do it, but it says live chat, hide messages. Forgot how to do it now. That ain't it. I'll figure it out, James. I mean, not James, but Dre. We'll get Dre for show, and then we'll pick a few folks as we go along. But yeah, I got you. I'll figure it out once I get off the stream, and make sure you go to the email and send your info through the email. Just so yeah, remember, just like a reminder. Hey Ham, remember you said you're gonna make me a mod. That way, when I go to my email and look, when I take my break, I have time to actually go through and figure out how to do that mod. So, because I'm new to this, but I'm true to this, But yeah, I just wanted to chop some stuff up with y'all. Dre wanted me to cover the container home living, and it's everything is a challenge. Bringing ideas out of your mind from the idea stage into the physical reality, it takes work. And it takes people cooperating and working together in good faith to make something happen. Okay? We have an opportunity to have something beautiful, to have something to leave behind when you transition and become an ancestor. You could say I was a part of that. Okay? Most of us have graduated from school, we pay our bills, right? And we live pretty much a comfortable life. But now, when I ask the question, are you going to be remembered 2 generations from today? So at the point of when you transition, become an ancestor, 2 generations later, are they going to know who you are? I say, could be wrong, and I'm often wrong, but I say chances are most of us ain't going to be remembered, because we haven't really put forth no real roots of significance to warrant us being remembered. So how do you create a legacy? How do you create a lasting memory, right? So the world knew that you came through, you passed through here. Why do you want to be remembered? That is a deeper question. Well, the reason why I want to be remembered, because I look at the ancestors in my family that transition, and they live right now through me. So my grandmama, who I run to when I got the boo-boo on my knee, her kissing my knee and putting some alcohol or whatever she put on it at the time, I remember that. Okay? I remember her talking to me about getting good grades. I remember her telling me that I was going to be somebody. I could see your talents, grandson. You're going to be somebody. So I want to make good on that vision that my grandmama had. Okay? And then I look at the fact that she transitioned, and I look at her life. If I don't keep it alive, my son didn't get to meet her. Well, he did, but he only had like a year or so with her. So his memory is kind of fading of her. So he didn't really get to see and experience her like I did. All right? So my son, that's really just one generation. Was that one generation? Or was that 2? Am I considered 2? Y'all tell me. 1 or 2? I think he's the second generation. Yeah, I'm the first. He's the second. Right? Let me see. I watched the Race VL video. She always talk about how her late father left her property and a business, she will always talk about him. Exactly, West Coast. That's a very good statement. Thank you. See, that adds to that mood, that kicks the can down the road for us to have this conversation at this present time. Because most of us, we have to admit, melanated folks don't like to have these type of conversations. We tend to just stick our head in the sand and just let the chips fall where they may when we transition and become ancestors. Now, I say I'm lying. Yeah, I know I'm telling the truth. We don't like to have these kind of conversations, and we should to be considered a grown-up, serious, constructive people. Your legacy, what somebody called it? They called it legacy inheritance. What legacy inheritance are you going to leave behind? Are you going to leave bills and a bunch of mess and confusion because you transitioned and you didn't have none of your papers and effects in order, so your family can sort through that stuff and have some type of, legacy? What we do is we don't do anything. We just figure the stuff gonna work itself out some kind of magical way, okay? And we transition and stuff end up going back to the state, stuff end up getting boarded up, right? People run over there and snatch all the stuff out the house, right? Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do now. Don't sit up here and pretend that your brother don't know what he's talking about. I've seen it in my family. Damn near every person that transitioned, this is what happened. I'm gonna be the one to break the cycle, because me and my son had these conversations. So I said, when he get back, we're gonna sit down with the attorney and create my will. Me and him in the same room, create that will. You the elder son. In the African tradition, the elder son, he gets the inheritance of the father. And if I have any children after this, right, it will be his job to be the executor of my estate, to administer certain portions of that estate to any other kids that's born. And so I'm gonna sit down with him when he get back, and we're gonna map it out. You keep 50%, and if I have 2-3 children, we're gonna break it down in percentages. I'm gonna give him the biggest percentage, because to this point, he has done everything I told him. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. We interrupted, but I'll call him back. But yeah, we gotta have that conversation. Estate planning is a real thing, and we supposed to have all these business people over here on my channel. Everybody want to start a business. Everybody got these 2 and 3 retirements coming in. Everybody want to start a business. So we need to start talking about estate planning. What are you going, if you transition, God forbid, what kind of legacy inheritance you're going to be leaving to any of your people if they're worthy? That's why we got to get that book, The Richest Man in Babylon, because it talks about estate planning in there. That's why I'm talking about it. For all who ain't went and got it, there's a reason why, if you see, I come around full circle. Everything we need to be considering, I bring it in a circle. Now, it just depends on when I talk about it, but that subject is covered in The Richest Man in Babylon. Estate planning. It's not titled estate planning, but they talk about it. The father is a rich father, and he wants to leave his inheritance to his elder son. But the elder son has to prove himself first before the father will feel comfortable leaving that amount of wealth in his possession. Because if he leaves too much wealth in his hands, it's going to be squandered, and he know that. So the son has to go out into the real world and prove himself. Basically, he has to be forged of fire, and he has to come back unscathed And if he passed all of those trials and tribulations, he would be bestowed, the Father would bestow upon him the title of executor of the state. No, I haven't read it. Haven't read it. But that's what it is. And that's a really good story in that book too. Let's get them one book at a time, man. We don't want to overwhelm people. We haven't even got, see, that's what I'm saying. We don't want to have people going all over the place. We want to stay on task, right? This guy. Hold on, guys. All right. Yeah, we want to stay on task. Let's get this book done first. Let's get a lot of people, or most of the people on the channel, to get this one book first before we start jumping and suggesting all these different books. No, let's just get one done. This is a really good book. It covers everything. So this is a really good book. This will eliminate us having to read 50 books. Richest Man in Babylon covers a lot of things. And it comes into like a story form. So it's easy to understand. It ain't just reading, and I got the audio book. Right? So I could just put it in the truck and just listen. But it covers a lot of things, and it's in story form. So that's good. It's like telling a story. So it's really intriguing because you never know what's going to happen. It's all kind of twists and turns, and so it's an exciting book to have. So let's stay on task. Let's get that book first. And once enough of us finish that, and then when I'm talking about these subjects, people can join in with the appropriate comments, right? With the appropriate context. Okay? Okay, you read it, but most people haven't. See, this is what I'm talking about. Slow down, pump your brakes. Just stay in the comments and just soak up game, man. I'm not talking just to you. It's 22 people here now, and then it's gonna be more people on the playback. It's gonna be hundreds on the playback. So it ain't just about you now. We gotta get 100 folks. You already got your task. Your task, you said, was to help the 36 million, right? So I get it, but we trying to get folks on one accord. So we have to read books at the same pace. You read it, I read it, probably a few other folks have read it, when a lot of other folks haven't. So we got to give enough people a chance to get that book before we start recommending all these other books and get sidetracked, because that's what's going to happen. And it's my duty to keep us on task, to get enough people of like minds together, and our minds would start to coalesce together if we read the same books. So you'll know where these concepts are coming from. So you ain't thinking I'm just making it up. Well, I just got good gift to the gab. No, I got it from books. And I'm telling you which books I got it from. You missed me? Where did you go? I didn't go nowhere. What you talking about? Oh, you talking about earlier? What you mean earlier? My break is over, but let me. Oh yeah. I guess I was cooking, as they say. I was cooking too good, man. So YouTube said, you're on fire, man. Let's douse them. So they put some water on me. So I'm back now. Let me go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about the little intermission. My brother had to use the old commode there. Get back on the clock. We can get on back to the road. Yep, so back to more noise. Back to more noise. So hopefully I've been getting some good content, some good value out of this. Hope I can get another Patreon, maybe another Cash App. You know what I'm saying? For the good information. Because we need to have these hard conversations. Right? Because how else do you, because if you look at like other communities, especially the dominant society, shout out to Tariq Nasheed. So we look at the dominant society, they have learned how to lock wealth into their communities. And what I'm proposing to us, that we start picking up the banner and start locking wealth into our communities. That's what I'm proposing. And we have a history of not doing that. That's the reason why at some point somebody got to be the one to talk about it. And I've been in various clubs and groups and organizations and all kind of stuff in my years, and I've had nobody ever talk about this. Now I'm sure it has been somebody, but I haven't heard nobody. I could be wrong, whatever. Maybe I just went in the right circle, whatever. But I don't remember nobody ever talking about this. I talked about it with my mother, right? And it took only 12 years of me talking to her before she finally did it. But she feels much better now because she ain't got to worry about me nagging her. But I'm telling her like that. You've seen your brothers and sisters transition and become ancestors, and look what happened with their kids. They basically fight each other over the little tools and fuse that they left behind. Okay? And it ultimately ended up with the properties. All those properties pretty much got foreclosed on. Because there was no real estate planning at all. It is something our family don't do. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the one to change that. So far, I have succeeded with at least changing it with my mother. And now I'm going to do it with my son. So any wealth that my mother, God forbid, she transitions, and anything that she leaves to me, then I will be able to take that and, inshallah, expand upon what she gives me, be a good steward of her inheritance and make it more. And then once I transition, that'll get locked in with my son. So whenever my mother leaves, I expand on it, and then when I transition, become an ancestor, it'll go to my son, and it'll be locked in. And then when my son transition, it'll go to his kids. This is how you lock wealth into your communities, people. And we have a history of not doing this collectively as people, as melanated people, especially in the West. Now I don't know what they're doing in Africa because I haven't really asked these hard questions to folks. But I would assume, from just looking from the outside in, just my opinion, my assumption, that a lot of them don't really do any estate planning. Now, the ones that do have property and have stuff, I'm sure they do. They leave them properties to their family. They leave that land, those houses, and those businesses to their kids. So some of them are practicing it. But it ain't like it's a foreign concept to African people. It's not.
Keep to the left on I-75.
But that's why we want to get that book for all who haven't read it, The Richest Man in Babylon, because there's a lot of jewels in that book to help us be on top. So that book, that one book alone will help us to be able to compete against any people. Right? We just can't do it as individuals. We have to do it as a collective, even if it's a small collective. I just wrote this big long sentence as soon as I start driving. Are you serious? Take it to Africa. Yes, we're gonna take it to Africa. Black love. son wants to go to Africa. James, I brought him up as a little boy, as a Pan-African. So what do you think, James? Ever since boy could read good, I had him reading Malcolm X and Message to the Black Man. You know what I'm saying? I brought him up as a Pan-African, of course. He can't wait. We just had a conversation about, what, 2 days ago? Dad, I want you to get me a wife over there, and I want to get my citizenship. He already got the DNA test. He said he just got it 3 days ago, so he's going to turn it in. So what do you think based off of that, James? Of course he do. I brought him up as a Pan-African. You're supposed to bring your kids up in the movement. Hey, nobody brought me up in it. I just kind of found it through the guys when I was in jail. So they're the fathers that I had never had. You know what I'm saying? That brought me up into the movement. I've been in the movement since 17. I'm 55 now. And shout out to those brothers, but some of them are never getting out. Some of them had like 900 years in there for killing state troopers back in the 60s. And they had no remorse. Because that's when the police was targeting our brothers for assassination. So once they started knocking off the Panthers the way they did, all of the other black liberation groups went on notice. So they started being and ambushing and waiting for the police to come. So when they started riding on their headquarters, they was there on the roof shooting down and ended up killing some of them. And a lot of these guys was in jail. These was the guys in Illinois. So those were the guys I fell in with when I went to jail. And I'm so glad. I guess Allah wanted me to go there so I could have the fathers with an S that I never had. I had basically 10 fathers. So of course, as soon as my son was able to read, I brought him up with the greats. Dr. Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Amos Wilson. You see what I'm saying? Like Muhammad, Farrakhan, Khalid Muhammad. My son know all the greats. So he had about 20 years of education with the greats. And I was a real hands-on father. I wasn't one of those weekend dads. I was a hands-on father, for real, for real. I had them all, mostly every summer. I would have them for that Christmas break for 2 weeks, right? I would have them for that 1 week of spring cleaning or whatever. Then I would have them every other weekend, and sometimes every weekend. Okay? I picked all his classes in high school, all 4 years. I picked his course load. He was captain of the wrestling team 2 years in a row. Who wanted him to wrestle? Me. Who wanted him to take judo? Me. Who wanted him to take taekwondo? Me. Who wanted him to take boxing? Me. Why? So you could be a warrior for your people. My son can fight his butt off. And that way that prepared him so I don't feel no kind of way when he go out into the world, because I know it takes 3-4 dudes to whoop him. And they gonna have to be some dudes that know something. If they don't know nothing, my son can whip 4 dudes with no problem. No problem, because I done seen him do it. And I had him in that stuff at what, 8? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What the 18? I think he stopped around 18, 19, right when Gary to go to the military. So I brought him up to be a warrior for the people, bro. So yeah, he can't wait to get back so we can get this work, start doing this mighty work. Because I ain't sugarcoating nothing for him. I told him the truth on how stuff is out here. Don't be trusting these other nations because they don't like you. Don't go there thinking you could be friends with them. And don't be going nowhere with them because I've heard stories. Where these other little kids don't, because they ain't had no daddy, right? They ain't had no Pan-African daddy to tell them, hey, be careful because these people necessarily ain't your friends. So they ain't had nobody to give them proper instruction. So they went out with their little white friends, right? Everybody came back but them. All the white friends came back alive, but the black friend somehow died. And the white friends don't know what happened. I've heard quite a few stories of this happening. And I saw that long ago, so I told my son, hey, look, I don't want you thinking that these people are your friends. So what I'm going to do is, to reinforce this, right, I'm going to take you all the way across town, a whole freaking hour from where we live, and put you in kickboxing in a Hispanic neighborhood, 100% Hispanic. It's not even mixed. And you're going to be the only melanated kid in there. Man, they whooped his ass every day. Man, they whooped his butt every day. He used to come out of there crying when I used to pick him up. I was like, look, dude, you might well man up, homie, because I'm not gonna take you out of here. I said, you want to get out of here? You tired of being here? You tired of being the oddball? You tired of being the one that's different, the black sheep? I tell you what. The only way you're gonna be able to get out of this class if you whoop everybody in here, all 25 kids. You got to be able to defeat them 3 times in a row. Everybody in here, from the worst to the very best dude. Once you're able to beat everybody in here consistently, then we'll move on to an area where people look more like you. It took my son all of 3 months to be able to beat everybody in there. You just got to know how to motivate your kids. It took him 3 months. He went in there. He went on an ASS kicking spree. And I sat there, was loving every minute of it. I was there, I was in there cheering and laughing and shouting, and it was like, kick him and hit him, and I'm over there, hey boy, I was loving every minute of it. So me and my son got some history, baby. We went all over the state of Illinois with that fighting stuff. You say what? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if the kids don't want no part of it, James, it is what it is. It's all good. You know, if they want to stay in the divided snakes or whatever, hey, it is what it is. You know, it's all good. You know, once they become adults, you can't really force them. It's like, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying about my son is that I was able to catch him early. You got to catch kids and then plant that seed in them early so the seed grows as they grow. You know? Then, once he got good at Taekwondo, I was like, all right, you know, because I took boxing, so I boxed. And I said, you want to learn boxing? He was like, yeah, I want to learn boxing. What up? What's going on? I see you. What up, baby? He's like, yeah, I want to learn boxing too, Dad. So I was like, all right, cool. So he didn't know I had a trick up my sleeve. I could take him to the same boxing gym that I go to. And I was like, nah, I ain't going to take him there. Right? I'm going to take him over to the Golden Dome. Over there where they got them young gladiators at, baby. Right? And so I take him over there. My son's sort of mild-mannered, you know. You really got to make him mad before he put his foot on you. You know what I'm saying? Start showing them your progress. Yeah, exactly, James. Just live your best life and have a smile on your face every day. And they're gonna wonder what the hell are you doing. They're gonna be wondering. They're gonna be what they call it, curious. So I take him up to the Golden Dome, right? And here at this time he was a wrestler. He had already wrestled like 2 years, and he wanted to take boxing. So I said, okay, cool. But he thinking because he was smashing dudes on wrestling, right? I had him doing the weight training. It was mostly calisthenics. I bought him a power tower, gym equipment, and so he was just doing push-ups and doing pull-ups. I said, you need to have that core strength, right? Well, he was cock strong. Boy, cock strong. And so he thinking because he was just smashing dudes on the mat, right? So he thought he was gonna be able to transition that into boxing. He didn't know you actually go get hit back. So we go to the Golden Dome, right? This kid's in at his age. I think he might have been about 14, 15. But bruh, I've been Pan-African since the early 70s, and one of my daughters is true to the game. But that's what's up, James. You know, that's what's up. I didn't get introduced to the movement until the 80s. You know, but luckily I was able to get my son and like really download that stuff into him. So and he do all his own study. Then I gave him the Hidden Color series, and we would sit at the house. And when I had him on the weekends, and we would put hidden colors in, and we would break it down frame by frame, and we would cross-reference that with the Google, and we put in some hours on it. Yeah, exactly. So I took him over there, and then he was feeling real cocky because he the man on campus now at the school, right? Ain't nobody gonna mess with him because they done see what he can do. So he the man at school. He can basically whoop everybody in the high school except for a couple of the senior wrestlers, right? But everybody else they don't hold a candle to him. So he walking around, you know what I'm saying, with that big D energy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I saw that. I'm like, look at how he walk. He got that peacock walk. I'm like, okay. He getting full of himself. Let me bring him back down to earth. So when he said he wanted to get into boxing, I'm like, yeah, this is my time for him to get humble. So I went to the owner of, not the owner, but the gym manager or whatever of the boxing club over there. And it's basically kids. It's strictly for the kids at the park district. So his name was Hernandez. I think it's Hernandez. So I go up to him and I pulled him in his office and I gave him the spiel. I said, hey, look, my man, my son, he walking around the campus with the big D energy because he can whoop everybody now. So I need to humble him a little bit, and I don't want to pick on him. I know I can beat him, but I ain't gonna pick on him. So I mean, James, I'm engineer too. Okay, yeah, that's right, you are engineer. How that James did. James meet my man. He did often. So I go to my man, I tell him, I say, yeah, he walking around campus with that big D energy. So put him in there with one of them kids that been coming to the club for a couple of years, been boxing for a couple of years, been in a few wars, right? He was like, oh yeah? I'm like, yeah. He said, say less. So he went over there and started talking to my son. So you're a wrestler, huh? Like, yeah, you got a wrestler's body, I can tell. 6-pack, hit him in the stomach, yeah, 6-pack, okay, cool. Got some guns on you, got a chest on you, big back. You know what I'm saying? When my son said that cheesy from ear to ear, like, yeah, I'm swole, you know? So so he like, so you know how to box? Like, yeah, my dad been teaching me a few punches and this and that. So he's like, let me see your stance. So he showed him the stance or whatever, he corrected a few things. He said, so you want to get in there and spar with somebody? And I brought them up on listening to the brothers like Khalid Muhammad. Now, like, yeah, that's exactly right. So did I. And so he asked my son, you want to get in there and spar with this guy? Since my son was bigger than this little Hispanic dude, so So he's like, yeah. So my son was like, how old? He's like, oh, I'm 15 and a half, going on 16. The dude, he was boxing was 14, so he was a lot smaller. But he had been coming to the gym for like 5 years. He hit like a machine gun. Bam! Like, man, this boy got combination. So my son was like, yeah, because he was so confident that he could beat the guy. And he got in that ring. First day, guys, we ain't been in the gym 20 minutes. My son get the gloves on, he get in there, man, that dude, Hernandez whispered in the little Hispanic dude's ear. Man, dude came out, the bell rang, man, he lit my son up like a Christmas tree. He lit him up like a Christmas tree. If he watching, he gonna be mad because he don't know I did this, but it's all good, son. It was all love, man. I just wanted to get you to, you know what I'm saying, to be humble when you need to be humble. I ain't want you to just be walking around like you can whoop everybody. Then somebody, you know, some guys out here see that and want to take you up on the offer. And once you beat them down, they gonna want to get a gun. So that's what I was trying to prevent. You match people's energy to appropriate response. So he was crying and all that because he got his clock clean. But he learned how to box. So I just wanted to bring that little story to you guys. But yeah, me and my son got some history, man. We got some history. History. Especially during them years, because I had him in Taekwondo. We had 5 years of wrestling. He was in the Chicago Wrestling Club, which was basically all grown men. He was the only youngster in a wrestling gym with older dudes from basically 25 all the way up to 60. Olympic gold medalists and all kind of people was in that club. We had a bunch of Asians. We had a bunch of Hispanics. We had a few brothers. We had a bunch of Caucasian Europeans. And he was the youngest person. He was like 14, 15. Yep. So everybody he was wrestling had about 30, 20-something years on him. So they was giving him corners, and that made his wrestling get a lot better. He was basically the only kid that excelled in that program. Yeah, so we got a history together, man. He been in some wars, baby. Then we went to judo. We had a brother sensei for judo, and then he was the youngest person there. I think I took him to judo when he was 16 and a half, almost 17. He had a year and a half of judo. And that wrestling helped him with his judo, so he went up in there, boy. It was the perfect match. Hold his own against the guys that do judo with his wrestling. And once he learned how to flip along with his wrestling, oh man, he was dangerous. Yeah, you just gotta build a relationship with your kids so they can, you know, if they decide to go their own way, then you know it is what it is. At least you tried. Ain't no harm, no foul. You're really responsible for your own life. You did the best you could as a parent, and it is what it is. You still got a lot of life to live. Let's go over there and do some work. Kids, I understand, but our African continent is a little bit different. You probably would love to have kids over there. The whole mindset about family is different. Just think of the concept of family here in the divided states, right? Just get a picture of the family that we had, the families that we have here now. You go over there, they have the exact opposite of what we have here. They have more, family orientated societies. Women want to be wives. The men want to be husbands. They want kids. They want to be in the same house raising. Now, you're going to have, of course, you're going to have some people that get married and shit, they got married, they're going to get divorced and be arguing, fighting with each other. That's still going to happen, but for the most part, you're going to see more intact families. Not only that, you're going to see a lot of blended families, and you're going to see a lot of polygamous families. Yep. people are looking at my other phone. We got no contributors, no pledgers. Nobody's pledging. I can't say this ain't good content. What's the problem? What the problem is? Y'all go to there and pledge something. $sign. The cash app, $sign. Rakinkhaliq, that's RAKINKHALIQ. Become pledgers. Go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/gohamlifestyle. Patreon.com/gohamlifestyle. Can't say you're not getting good content, people. You gotta support your interests. Support your interests. There's nothing wrong with asking people to support their interests. Give it good content. We're gonna be going over there. Maybe we're gonna be chopping it up. We're gonna be breaking bread. We're gonna try to come to what we need to be doing to thrive on the African continent. I think we're just keeping you awake. Trouble life is lonely life. Of course it is. Well, we got remedies for that. Who said that? West Coast. Well, what you don't know, West Coast. No West Coast, West. There you go. West Coast, what you don't know, we already got networks set up for that, sir. I got about at least 12 truck drivers' phone numbers in my phone. And when we get sleepy, we call each other and start chopping it up. When I'm talking with the guys, this is the type of subjects we're covering. I'm just talking to you all now. And I've been driving trucks 10 years, so I've had 10 years worth of network set up. I've had 10 years worth of conversations, West Coast. So when I get sleepy, I got 10 guys I'll call and they'll answer the phone within the first couple of rings. It's just now they know I got a YouTube channel. And you can see I've had several calls since y'all been here with me. And I've been going to and telling them I'll call them later. Just so you know, that's all I'm saying. Just so you know, we already got networks set up, sir. But yes, it does help to have another source to help keep a brother awake. So, yes, y'all keep me awake, but it ain't too boring because I love what I'm doing. I'm my own man, I'm my own boss, right? It's a beautiful day, beautiful sky. Look at that, look at that. This is my office. Y'all got the privilege to be in my office right now. Okay? This is my office. And y'all ride shotgun with me. And we chopping up some good game. Or good information. How about that? We chopping up good information. To keep you interested in what we're doing, what we're trying to do, until we get ready to make our trip, our pilgrimage over to the African continent for our first timers. Okay? I've been there 7 times, so it's old hat at this point for me. For a lot of folks, it's their first time, so I'm giving you the real. And when you get there, you're going to see all these things we've been covering. You're going to see it. So this is real value. Or you can just go over there and figure it out on your own. Ain't no problem. You can go, you can figure it out. But if you go to a lot of people's channels, you can start hearing some of the frustrations. Like that couple, I don't remember who their name was. They was complaining that Africa didn't have the right snacks. See, I can tell you, if you like the Zuzus and Wham Whams, when you come to the African continent, you might want to pack a couple extra boxes in case. Because you're not going to be able to get the Zuzus and Wham Whams that you used to here in these divided snakes, right? You need to bring them with you. That's what I do. I bring my tater chips that I like. You need to put it in your description so that we won't forget it. It's in every description in every video, James. Especially the lives. And it's on my community tab. Yep, twice in every video. but I appreciate that. We still waiting on your players, James. You with those the double bubble on the retirement. I still got to work. I still got a good. See, I'm 55 now, so I can work realistically. I really ain't doing much, if you notice. I really can work another 15 years if I wanted to. We got a few guys over here, they 70 still driving. So we just had one guy last year died of COVID. He was 72. He was still driving truck. I think he had been married 3 times, so the first 2 probably took him to the cleaners. Just died from COVID last year. So far we only had one person working for the company over here died from COVID. About us did. He was a white cat. I didn't know him, but some of the other guys knew him. They were telling me about him. I'm close to joining your Patreon. What you mean you close to joining? You said you were going to join last time, so you're going back on that? I think the last time we had this conversation, that was Sunday or Saturday, and you were saying something a little different. So you're saying now you back on the fence. You were saying, oh, I got you. I'm supporting you. I'm with you. Now you saying you're close? Or did I misinterpret it somehow because I was driving? You seem like you like to hang out over here. Like every time I go live, or every other time I go live, you over here. And you have some good things to contribute, you know. A couple good comments you made, so, you know. What's the problem? They ain't asking for millions of dollars. Not yet. Soon. Once we get this stuff up and running, okay, we're gonna be putting out some proposals, but we're gonna be asking people for millions. You know? That's how other people do it. When they want to get a mine started, you need some millions to get a mine started. I know you don't have an idea, I mean you don't have a care about mines, but some of us do. So we're gonna need investors. Okay? There ain't other people on the planet do this, but somehow what we saying it's like it's a foreign concept all of a sudden. No, we gotta get investors. I don't have no millions of dollars to invest in a gold mine. So I'm gonna have to get investors. I don't even know how to mine gold, but I want to learn. Get a chance to reinvent myself on the African continent. We get to reinvent ourselves, people. We're gonna be a lot freer over there. We have a lot more freedom to get the things we want done. I just make sure not to try to just buy one of those Tesla 18 wheels. Well, I ain't worried about those Teslas. I mean, a lot of us out here don't really care about that. The stuff I'm doing, those Tesla joints ain't gonna be able to replace what I'm doing. It's a very essential thing. Chemicals, the whole world needs these chemicals, so you got to be a little bit careful. You can't have these autonomous, supposedly driver-free vehicles out here on the road with hazardous chemicals. Can you imagine the hazmat spills that could possibly happen? And all it's going to take is a couple hazmat spills and some people get killed, and that's going to be the scrapping of that program. Mark my words, they're going to get sued to the high heavens. So I can't really see, right? Going to allow that. Now, they might bring them things on for freight that basically, you know what I'm saying, like maybe steel beams or something like that, or you know, boxes or plastic. You might bring it on for that, but to do chemical hazmat loads and no driver, I wouldn't trust it. And a lot liability that's going to bring any company that take these type of trucks on. Can you just imagine the liability? Can you imagine what the insurance is going to jump up to? And all it's going to take is one accident anywhere in the country for that program to be in jeopardy. A lot of us out here ain't worried about it because we know how the system goes. It's kind of hard to replace us. That's why we're so in demand. I can pretty much quit today and have a job tomorrow with a competitor making the same salary, if not more. It's an essential business. I haven't stopped rolling one day during COVID. Since COVID hit, I've been working every day. Y'all witnessing it. You can't say I'm lying. Y'all witnessing it. I'm driving right now as I'm talking to y'all. I'm making money right now as I'm talking to y'all. Look at that highway. Miles and miles. Nothing. This is Michigan for you. There's a lot of states like this. And this is when you hear them talking that narrative on the news, talking about overcrowded. Now you get to see that that's a lie. The earth is not overpopulated. The earth probably can hold a couple trillion people. They're saying we somewhere around what, 6 billion, 7 billion now, or approaching 7 billion. I say from the places I've been around the world, because you know your boy a world traveler, right? This planet can hold probably 2 or 3 trillion people and still have plenty of resources for everybody. And we will have to definitely figure out our living arrangements. We'll probably have to start building up and not horizontal. We won't be able to build out. We'll have to build up. That way we won't have to cut down so many trees. We can retain a lot of our forests. But I think we could, because I've been to a lot of places, man, and most of it looks just like this. When you get outside the major cities, this is all you see. And do you all do any travel, go visit people down south or whatever? No, I'm telling the truth. This is how I look everywhere. Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, all these places. And Lord forbid you go over west. Nebraska, Kansas, oh my God, Kansas. Iowa, Wyoming, Wyoming, and what's the other start with a M? Montana. I've been up there. The Dakotas. Oh my God, ain't nothing up there, guys. You probably can fit all of America in the Dakotas. If we built up, we built all our structures up, like 25 stories. We built up, everything built up 25 stories. We probably could fit all of America in the Dakotas. I probably think I'm joking. Yeah. So it will. It is what it is. I hope you off the fence now, West Coast. I hope you off the fence and just being what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what it is, but hopefully you're not on the fence no more. You're enjoying the Patreon. We need some good people. We got a few good people over there. We need more. We need more. Good information jumping off over here. And we're going to be going to the African continent 2 times a year. We'll get a chance to be in the same room chopping it up. We want to see where your skills. I want you to be on one of these trips, West Coast. We can be at the dinner table chopping it up. That other person, hold wits. That'll be the time to do it. You dig. Don't be laughing now. Don't be laughing. No, don't be laughing now, because I love debate. I love debate. So we're gonna get at the table. We're gonna have a captive audience, because can't nobody go nowhere. So we get a captive audience of all the tour members who can't go nowhere. We can sit there and we can hash it out. We're gonna see what you're working with. I ain't got no problem sitting there with you. None. I used to do this in college. Plus, I went to college to be a teacher. So I'm a good study of history and a good researcher. Talking about what? So, diamonds. I'm walking off. I ain't saying nothing about no diamonds. I want to have a gold mine. I don't want diamonds. You saying that out of the wrong area. We already got a few brothers that want diamonds. You don't want to discourage people. What do you want to do, James? Let me show you. Let me show you something. What you want to do over there, James? Not James, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said James. West Coast. You want to go back to Africa, right? What you want to do business-wise? There ain't no jobs over there. So do you want to open up a business? What industry do you want to go in? I just want to show you something. Tell us what you want to do over there. What industry you want to get in. And the clouds. I'm more into rental properties. Okay. Now, would you want me to sit here and discourage you and say all the negative things that I can tell you about the rental horrors, stories that could possibly happen on the African continent? Would you like me to do that? Or would that make you kind of get under your collar if I start telling you all the reasons why that's going to be a tough business? I got some horror stories I can tell you. See? And that's something near and dear to you. You want somebody to keep drilling the fact that how that can be a problematic industry on the African continent. Would you like that? I already know the answer. You wouldn't like that. So brothers and sisters that want to go off into the diamonds, we want to kind of need you to fall back. Let them spread their wings if that's what they want to do. Give them the opportunity. Let them have that day in the sun. You want to go into rental properties? You want people to encourage you to go into the rental business and make good decisions and have rentals for brothers and sisters who don't have the wherewithal to build their own houses. So it is definitely a market for rental properties. So you want somebody to speak to the positive of the thing that you're trying to do. At the same time, you have to be courteous enough to do the same thing for other folks and their aspirations. So learn to promote people, man. I don't want to necessarily go into diamonds. I actually said gold. Gold is a lot more easier to mine than diamonds. Keep saying diamonds. Some other folks are going to want diamonds. And then one of our brothers, shout out to him, Ty, that's already in Sierra Leone, he's in the diamond mine business. And he's doing really well for himself. And I can guarantee you, if me, you, on a trip with Ty, you ain't going to want to be saying these things. The reason why, because that brother's already in the industry and he know it frontwards and backwards. He's been in Sierra Leone 10 years in the business. Okay? So when I was talking with Ty, I never interrupted because I don't know nothing about the diamond business. I let him talk. I let him tell me. I let him educate me. And based off of what he was saying, I kind of agree. If the gold mines are a lot easier to mine, well then that's probably where I want to be. I don't want to get into the diamond. Later on, if I strike it good with the gold and I got plenty of money and I want to do some investing, then yeah, maybe I'll invest in the diamond mine. Who knows? Maybe one of the James or one of the other people, Mr. Lofton, maybe they want to get into the diamond field and they might come to me and want some investors. To learn to promote folks, man. You might want to build a 15 or 20 unit apartment building over there. And you can come to us and we'll be eager, because that's something passionate to your heart. Okay? We might be eager to invest in it. That's the type of thing I'm trying to promote over here. I'm just kind of saying that so that diamond thing won't keep coming up, because I noticed 4 or 5 times that keeps it up. I'm just saying, the reason why I'm bringing that whole scenario out, because you've put that in there at least 4 or 5 times. So now I'm starting to home in on it. That's the proper time to kind of say something about it. We do have a brother that's in the community there who is in that industry. If you became a Patreon, which I hope you do, when you go over there, I got a picture of me and Ty over there. The reason why I have a picture of me and him over there is to introduce him to serious people. So whoever do want to get into the diamond mine, Ty is our guy. He's been there for 10 years since early on. Solo dolo. And what did Ty say when I first met him? Man, we need more brothers like you over here. This is what I've been looking for. More brothers to come over here. I said, well, hey, it's my duty, man. Let me try to bring some over. And sisters. Yep. Well, that's all I want to say about that. Look at the police out here targeting people. I'm empty though. I ain't got no product. Plus this low was some hazmat, but it was a foul smelling chemical. It wasn't a chemical. I think it was, what was it? It was some type of oxy or whatever. It wasn't hazmat, but it smells good. At least I could probably get back as fast as I can. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna jump off, guys. Call these guys back to call me. I'm sure they gotta be important. So hopefully you guys feel the spirit and decide to go over to the Cash App and pledge something. It was a good conversation we had today. And again, the Cash App is $rakinkhaliq. That's RAKINKHALIQ. Patreon.com. Goham Lifestyle. Yeah, man. We're going to jump off and make these calls. If I see something or hear something interesting, or if you guys email me. Yeah, you can email me any questions too. It's gohamlifestyle@gmail.com. That's gohamlifestyle@gmail.com. You can email me any of your questions, and I will definitely get back to you when I stop driving later on tonight. All right? But as I always say, I'll talk to y'all again next time. Until then, peace and black power.